Hey guys, welcome back. Today I want to share with you a couple of emails that I wrote to myself. So this is when I still believed in direct energy weapons. This was when I was um completely uh psychologically um how do you say engulfed in the gang stalking narrative. Um, this email that I'm about to read to you happened when I on the first. It happened when I felt like I was hypnotized. I was at work and there was something going on around me. I'm not sure how they were doing it. I'm not sure how they were doing it, but I felt that gang stalkers were. It is when I had the narrative where my mind, where whenever you kind of burn someone, not literally, but like when you burn them, like when you read them, like you know what I mean, like when you're mean to someone in a in an underhanded way, and you actually and they actually feel anguish that you actually kind of take the luck away from them. So this is funny because I actually saw it happen where I read someone, and then all of a sudden they drop their things, and then they forgot their wallet and they left, like bad things began happening as soon as this as I did this to them. It was weird, but it was actually true. Like I saw it happening. Now, so during this conundrum or during this chaos, I was at work, and then I was just literally just I felt like something was pushing my body. Like I felt like there was something making me hurry up, and I'm pretty sure I know now that it was the crystal meth back then, but I interpreted it as something being related to gang stalking because I guess gang stalking just makes you aware of a lot of sensations that you weren't aware before or that you intuitively attributed to drugs. But when you're getting gang stalked, you stop attributing things to drugs and you start attributing them to gang stalker events. Now, so when this happened, it was when in the middle of this chaos, when I would just woke up. I woke up and then I remember this my coworker said, "Hey, what happened?" And then a random customer said, "Well, I guess he didn't like this one." And like they were putting a new narrative. It was weird. And the reason I know that they were putting in a narrative because when they were putting the narrative of the numbers of um when my mind was getting set up to absorb the gang stalking signal when they bend over. And oh, this story is crazy. Well, when something happens, when let's say when remember that about the story that I told you guys about when gang stalkers were saying um when my mind was putting when I began to sexualize everything when they were saying the words big, hard, soft, long, and it was just that's what my mind was. I think I just got a new realization. I don't think that gang stalkers knew what. I think they just put two and two together. They just figured that I was reacting to big, small, like the prices of things, and it was just all in my head. And I think they just figured out that they discovered a pattern. I don't know. It could be. Well, it was happening when they were using words like big, small, long, hard, and then all of a sudden, I just felt like a big sense of panic because my mind began. It was when I realized that anything that had to do with anything with any type of sexual connotation, I would feel that it was a gangster. I feel like they set that up. I'm still not sure. I haven't gone over these memories in a while, but when they used to say things like that, like 1950, I would think a 19-year-old and a 50-year-old having sex, and then when they got to really weird prices like 1050, implying a minor with 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 someone with a much older person, like it just made me feel bad. Um and then I remember that in the middle of this, some a customer just walked in, and then he said big, small, long, hard, thick, black, all of these things, and I have to pretend like it wasn't having any effect on me, but I'm not sure if they were doing that purposefully or if they figured out the pattern of the words, because no, I think that, well, the reason that I feel that that was a setup was because after that, no, that was it. I remember. No, that was a purposeful setup, because when I watched the video, they know that when you begin hearing those words, even on a video, it starts you start feeling like the video was made just for you, and they're saying those words on purpose. I'm sorry if this sounds really confusing, but it is confusing to me too. But well, anyways, I'm so sorry. I totally went on a tangent. Well, this email was when I woke up in the middle of a setup, and then something in my mind said, "I'm done with this. This is not happening anymore." And and I just woke up, and I got disconnected from everything. I will still hear the voices. Everything was still going on, but I was just disconnected from everything. Now this is what so I felt that I was in imminent danger because I felt like I had just woken up from a from being hypnotized. This is what I wrote. There is something I must put out there before I can comfortably, parentheses, or uncomfortably, close parentheses, go to sleep. I feel morally obligated to report a crime that violates my freedom, not only physical but also my freedom of thought. My name is blank, and a crime has been imposed on me by no one and everyone. This might seem nonsensical, but there is an incredible number of moving parts that only makes sense once you see the whole picture. I am in immediate danger, and the possibility that I might have an accident is very real. Unjustified traumas have been imposed on me through an incredible amount of methods, so that glancing at any object that vaguely reminds me of those experiences can put me in a trance. My mind goes right into the memories of those traumas so that I get lost in the memories. And that's actually would happen, I would see a transfix supplement, and then my mind would immediately go over, the gang stalkers, knowing that I watch porn with trannies, and to that memory, and it would create a negative emotion. Additionally, it would also do the same thing when I would see when someone would use uh, the word, one of those words that I was like hard or big, thick. It would just create a negative emotion. So now this is what's next. I have been able to come out of the trance during a time that I wasn't supposed to. That is when I felt magnetism on my body, on my joints, my eyes, and even my gut. It felt impossible, but I only realized that it was true the second time it happened. The first time I thought it was a joke, but when I woke up the second time I felt disoriented, weak, and tired. Someone has control over my body when I am in that state of mind. In order to make me lose the sense of self while awake, there had to be a constant reminder of traumas, everywhere with an incredible number of participants. I'm going to elaborate on the rest later. I am good writing this as a safety measure. I'm going to write this as a safety measure. If anything happens, most likely a car accident, I'll elaborate on that later. It was not an accident. Everyone in the city is involved. Those whom I work with know everything. In good health. Black, black, black. So at this point, there were so many triggers everywhere that everywhere I looked, it pulled my conscious mind inside of me. And I literally got lost in a trance. Like my body was driving, my nervous system was doing the driving, everything that is automated. But my mind was completely lost. Like like I looked at like the color white, the color yellow, the color red, someone wearing an orange vest, someone scratching here, someone touching their here. Like all of those things just literally just pulled my mind inside, and my like I was just lost in the memories of trauma. And that's the trance, that's the hypnotism where your nervous system is taking care of the driving of everything that you have to do of work, everything that is automated was automated, but my consciousness was lost in the memories, and it was just completely lost. It's I'm not sure how to explain it, but it was just lost, and I learned how to pull myself out of it. It was just by expanding my peripheral vision to look at everything by using my third eye, or I like to call it my third eye because I feel that I can see more. So like if I would focus on one thing, my consciousness would like kind of get lost behind my eyes. But when I would try to see as many things as possible, then my mind would just come out of the trance and I would be in the present. It was something really crazy. So when this happened, the second time it happened, I was sitting here in my car, and then I literally just felt like a magnetism pulling my body, and I didn't know what to say to that. I didn't know what to think about it. It was really really crazy. Well, this is the I'm gonna on my next one later on today. I'm gonna take a nap and then I'm gonna go to the gym because I'm tired. And later I'm gonna tell you more about the next email that I wrote to myself. Okay? Thank you. Bye.